Kara Lawson left Caitlin Clark on the bench at tip-off. And in the time it took the starting unit to fall apart, Clark checked in and broke 5 FIBA world records. That's the whole story. Except it isn't, because the how matters more than the what. Clark hadn't touched a competitive basketball game in 239 days. 8 months of rehab, training facilities, and no real opposition. And when she finally got her moment in a FIBA World Cup qualifier against Senegal, she wasn't handed the starting spot. She earned her way onto the floor while the team that did start was already struggling. What happened next rewrote the record books and forced Kara Lawson into a very public admission about the lineup she had constructed. If this game tells you everything you needed to know about where Team USA is heading, hit that like button so the algorithm puts this analysis in front of every Fever fan who needs to see it, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why what happened in that gym matters well beyond the box score. Let's back up and set the scene, because context here is everything. Clark's 2025 WNBA season got derailed early by injury, which meant months of rehabilitation with no competitive play. Meanwhile, FIBA and broadcast partner TNA were plastering her face across every piece of tournament promotion they could find. Posters, marketing campaigns, the entire package. The most promoted player on the roster was also the one starting the game on the bench. Lawson went with Chelsea Gray at point guard, and the logic wasn't wrong on paper. Gray is a championship-tested veteran who knows how to manage an offense under pressure. But Senegal came out with an aggressive full-court blitz, and Gray was pulled off the point guard position within 35 seconds. 35 seconds. Darica Hamby and Angel Reese were stepping in just to handle the ball, and the starting unit still couldn't find its footing against the press. Then Clark checked in. Her first 3 touches, 3 assists, not 3 assists in the first quarter, 3 assists in her first 3 possessions. The pace of the game shifted right there on the spot. Where the starting unit was surviving Senegal's blitz, Clark was weaponizing it. She was reading the defense before the trap could even close, pushing pace and locating teammates in rhythm. The starting lineup was managing chaos. Clark was manufacturing fast breaks out of it. The Clark and Ryan Howard connection became the defining pattern of the entire game. Every time Senegal doubled Clark, Howard was already positioned at the three-point line. Clark kicks it, Howard fires. By the end of the night, Howard finished with 21 points, a team high, and commentary confirmed that essentially all of his three-pointers came directly off Clark assists. Senegal had to make an impossible choice: keep blitzing and watch Howard keep scoring, or back off and give Clark a free run at the entire defense. There was no winning answer to that equation, and that is not a problem the starting unit was creating for Senegal at anywhere near the same rate. Now let's talk about the 5 records, because what the statisticians found after the game required multiple checks before anyone believed the numbers. Drop a comment below with your reaction to this. If these records had been set by anyone else, this would be the only sports story anyone was talking about this week. Record 1, most assists in a Team USA senior national team debut, men or women. Clark's 12 assists in her first game is the highest assist total ever recorded by any player making their debut for the United States national team. Any player, any era. Record 2, most assists in any senior national team debut across all countries. This one reaches well beyond USA basketball. Clark's total is the highest ever recorded by any player debuting for any country in FIBA competition. Every country, every debut, ever. Record 3, second most assists in FIBA qualifying tournament history overall. Not just debut records, every qualifying game ever played by any player at any point. 12 assists in 19 minutes off the bench ranks second all-time across the entire history of FIBA qualifying competition. Record 4, most assists by any bench player in FIBA history, men or women. She didn't start the game. The all-time bench record in international basketball now belongs to someone who wasn't even in the opening lineup. Record 5, most assists in any single half of a FIBA qualifying game. Clark had 8 assists before halftime and did not turn the ball over once in the first half. That half alone, 8 assists, 0 turnovers, is a standalone FIBA record. And the context makes each of those numbers more staggering, not less. High assist totals usually carry risk. Pushing pace, making aggressive reads, forcing the game to move fast, all of that typically creates turnovers. Clark was doing everything that normally generates mistakes and still protecting the ball every single possession. That is a different category of control entirely, and it happened in her first competitive game after 8 months away, coming off the bench, against a defense specifically designed to pressure point guards into bad decisions. If this kind of deep analysis is why you keep coming back, consider joining the channel as a member. Your support is what keeps us breaking down the stories that actually matter. And there's a lot more coming. Clark's complete stat line for the night: 17 points, 4 of 5 from 3, 5 for 5 from the free throw line, 1 missed shot for the entire game. One source clocked her true shooting percentage at 118%. Her plus-minus was positive 35. She played 19 minutes. Lawson's post-game words made the lineup situation explicit. She said the second quarter unit featuring Clark took the team to a different level. She called Clark one of the most dynamic playmakers in the world. That is not bench player language from a coach who is comfortable with how her rotation is currently structured. When she added that the lineup and rotations are in fact-finding mode, she was confirming exactly what the performance had already said. Chelsea Gray is a champion-level veteran. She'll have a role. But the direction this team is heading is not Gray at the point. Now here's the forward-looking piece that cuts even deeper for Indiana Fever fans. The second quarter lineup Clark ran, with Kelsey Plum, Izzy Magbegor, and Monique Billings, showed what a Clark-led offense looks like when all the pieces are moving at full speed. The Fever's 2026 season is the next time that version of Clark is on the floor consistently, and Indiana's own Instagram was already making the connection in real time, celebrating her double-double performance during the game itself. 6 players made their senior national team debuts in the same game, a 64-point blowout, 5 FIBA world records, and a head coach publicly signaling the starting lineup is changing. The 2028 Olympic cycle is under construction, and Clark just demonstrated exactly how fast this offense can operate when she's the one pushing it. The question going forward isn't whether Lawson moves Clark into the starting unit, based on everything she said after that game. That decision is already made. The question is what this team looks like when that version of Clark has a full tournament rhythm under her belt. If you want to stay ahead of every development as this team takes shape, subscribe and turn on notifications. We're tracking every lineup decision, every record, and every implication for the Fever heading into next season. The next video is already in the works, and if this game is any indicator of what's coming from Team USA, you do not want to miss it.